did we get to the point where churches in Minnesota are well organized and have regular meetings teaching people how to combat and confront law enforcement, all while video recording it? Well, I'm going to share the video evidence from Officer Tatum, but whoa, we wonder if anyone's being seditious. And we wonder why ICE keeps amping up in Minnesota. Like the federal government, oh my gosh, the federal government knows it's in charge. Wow, it's like grounded in reality. You know, and I'm going to get into a lot today, but I'm Carrie Blazer Bazaglo, reincarnation of Mary Magdalene, and I want everyone to know where I stand. First, arrest the wife of Renee Good. She's complicit in the attack on the ICE officers. They went there with criminal intent. They went there trained. And I'll show you some handouts that people use to train people how to confront and combat law enforcement. And social activism, that's all democratic socialism, communism. How is that in alignment with our U.S. Constitution? How is it not sedition? How is it not traitorous? Like, I'm not a legal expert at all. I'm, asking questions here. So, let's all self-reflect a little and kind of figure out, we all got here together. And we're all going to have to figure out how to get out of here together as well. So let's start with Officer Tatum. And, I'm not high tech, but I did figure out how to show a video. So let's start there. I'm going to share my screen. And, let's do this. I'll have my little head there. Okay. Let me pull it up. All right. So this is Officer Tatum, thank you. And, as a former police officer and a man who does a lot of research and has a lot of integrity, I trust him. And no one's perfect. I'm not perfect, so I don't expect him to be, but this is some serious evidence. So let's play.
And they have a family too. They have children too. They sign up to do something noble. Y'all fools out here chasing down. What y'all doing? All right, come on. I think we got one more that's gonna make you. Now we got a couple more. If this don't make your head spin, who church is this? Is this the Methodists that don't have a method? Or is this the?
Oh, it's North Carolina, not Minnesota. Sorry, North Carolina churches.
These are not churches. God ain't nowhere in this. If you don't have enough discernment to know that this is foolish, I don't know what you're doing. You just wasting your time in a building playing church. God ain't in this. Roll the clip.
Started, as we said, people have been doing the same thing. This was an event at a church there on Monday night. People acted out immigration detainments, and the rest of the room practiced filming them and making noise to call attention to them.
What the? Okay. So I'm going to try to figure out here how to stop sharing my screen. I'm not an expert. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know how to stop sharing my screen. Okay. Anyway, I'll just leave it up because I'm not techie. I'm going to start with in a place that you probably never saw coming. In 2012, the Mayan calendar showed an end of a time cycle. There were movies made out of Hollywood. It was all over the news. Is it the end of times? No, it was the end of a time cycle. And the new time cycle that started is the time of self-healing. As a reincarnation of Mary Magdalene, I bring a very specific perspective. I have a master's degree in East Asian religious studies from UCSB, a very credible institution in both religious studies and East Asian studies. I've lived in China, I've lived in Israel. I met my ex-husband in Tibet, who is Israeli. So I've been around the block a little with how religion impacts society and culture and women and children and men and, all the way around. And I come to the same truth. When we prioritize money and convenience over health and well-being, we destroy ourselves. Let's look at 2,000 years ago, Jesus and Mary, right? It was, they were still, more emotionally immature than we are now. I mean, you had Peter criticizing Jesus for giving Mary special attention when they were married. Why are you giving her more attention? Sounds like a child, right? Why was Jesus yelling and screaming in the temple? Why couldn't he have more emotional control to address the challenges in the temple? Because the temple was collecting tons of taxes with the Roman government. And it's not like crucifixions were uncommon there. They were very common. Scare the shit out of you. You want to come here and do business? No, we mean business. So, they killed Jesus on the Sabbath, which is the time in Judaism where they honor the feminine. Read the wife, the woman of valor poem. Why did he need to be crucified in front of his pregnant wife on the Sabbath in order to see and understand himself? I mean, from a soul level perspective, that's the only thing that's important, but if you're codependent, you make his death about you and not him. He died for our sins. No. People had wounds and he died, but he had wounds too. He's a soul too, okay? So when we put money and convenience, like the temple collecting money, killing people coming in, before health and well-being, which is what Jesus and Mary were trying to teach, that self-love creates heaven on earth. Communities where women and femininity and the right brain, the creativity, the forgiveness, the compassion, and women's ability to connect to the soul, which Cherokee Native Americans know. I have their proverb as a dedication in my book. A woman's highest calling is to connect a man to his soul so he can unite with source. A man's highest calling is to protect a woman so she can walk the earth unharmed. Women do inside work. I got an innie. I gave birth. Men got an outie. They're for outside work. I mean, it's in our physiology, and they've done a ton of scientific research on it now. Women respond to sounds inside the home that men don't even hear. Men respond to sounds outside the home that women don't even hear. This whole, I know I'm safe. No, girlfriend, you don't pick up on things that men do because you're not physiologically designed for it. So we got here because we're figuring out still, like Matt Walsh asked us, what is a woman? We're still asking that question in general in society. What is a man? What is a woman? What do women do? What do men do? What are we physiologically designed to do? Well, if we stay on the right brain for women and the left brain for men for 90% of our day, our bodies will naturally bring it out of us. Okay? And I'm very connected to Native Americans and the buffalo. It's part of the Second Coming. The Great Purification is the same as the Second Coming, and that started in September of last year. Wow. So I'm connected to the buffalo. And one buffalo rancher said something very wise. He said, if you want to know how to lead buffalo, figure out where they're going and herd them in that direction, and that's women, because women are intuitive. So when a lot of white women say, well, we white men, what are they talking about? We hate white men are the problem, women are intuitive. Well, 1st, 2nd century in Europe, Middle East, imperialism was huge on the rise. So, Mary Magdalene, her being an apostle, that doesn't work. We needed a masculine line of succession that we can, institutionalize in a church and control people. And this is right, this is wrong. Because they had all these different types of Christianity and paganism, and they were trying to create a nation state. Well, if you have one ruling religion with one ruling government, then it's easier to corral and control people. Because we didn't know how to love ourselves yet. We couldn't accept that we're all souls having a human experience, that inside of every soul is all of the wisdom and knowledge in the universe. We weren't there yet. We were in it together. So 2,000 years ago, we had an opportunity to figure it out, but we're not there yet. Okay, well then now we need to figure out all those problems. So, okay, well, we need Islam, hating on Judaism because showing Jews how much they hate themselves. They killed their own Messiah on the crucifixion over money. Oh, that sounds Jewish. And I'll fucking say that for sure. It's the most Jewish thing you fucking get. Oh my gosh. And Jews, oh, we're the victims. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not own like New York City and Wall Street and the media and legal institutions with lawyers? I mean, how far do we need it to go? How influential Jews have been, and they were a crying victim the whole time. Shut the fuck, okay? There's a reason Germany was mad at the Jews. I'm not saying they should have killed them, but they had reason to want to kind of minimize their influence because they don't ground into communities. They do services for the communities, but they're super insular, right? So then that's a threat because they're self-organized. So they don't assimilate. Jews don't assimilate. They take over the power, the media, the money, the law, medicine, education, right? They're not stupid, but they, I'm calling a spade a spade. I lived in Israel. My married name is Buzaglo. That's a gnarly Israeli last name. Like, you don't get a more gnarly Israeli last name than that. And that last name is also connected to Mary Magdalene. So, when we all accept that we all got problems and that we all got here together and that these white female protesters are really still combating the creation of imperialism in China, of Europe 2,000 years ago. We're still working our way out of that. Like, they were the ones burned at the stake. Those souls pissed off. And then, Christianity is the solution. So this kind of like rebellious Christianity, makes sense to me with my energy coming up because I'm definitely saying, the cross is not the only ladder to heaven. And they teach you that heaven is someplace else. No, we create heaven here on earth. I mean, earth is magical. We're the ones that killed it. We killed the buffalo and wonder what the ecological problems are. We killed the beavers, same problem. We killed the wolves. Oh, I wonder why we're having ecological problems in Yosemite. Oh, put the wolves back in the 90s. Oh, everything's fine now. Oh, maybe the Native Americans were trying to teach us that if we learn how to be in a healthy, balanced relationship with animals, that behooves us. That's long-term strategy. Kill all buffaloes, kill Native Americans. That's short-term strategy. That's money and convenience over health and well-being. So I'm going to continue making these videos, putting it out so everyone understands, where I'm coming from. I'm here to create a healthier society for my grandchildren. Because they're not going to school at 5 years old being asked what their fucking pronoun is. Shut the fuck up. Okay? That is a wound of unbelievable proportions. We needed it because we had to go to our deepest depths before we can reach our highest highs, to expand our emotional range, to include enlightenment, which is why I'm here. Okay. All right. Take care. Please like and subscribe.